Greetings, people from the wider world, broadcasting live from the Academy at the largest library in the known realms. This is Storytime Q&A. Oof.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to me. I'm back. Welcome back to Storytime Q&A, a Realm Jumper Talkback show. I am your host, Austin Beringer, and with me today, I have two lovely guests here to discuss episode 12. And just like in pure fashion, I've forgotten what the name of the episode is. Episode 12, Care to Remember. With me today,
Evidently, you did not care to remember.
With me today, I have Spy, voice actor for Nemo and Gil.
Hi.
And with me as well, I have Gara, one of our wonderful audio editors.
Hello.
Oh my god, it's good to be back. I'll say that.
It's good to have you back.
But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the questions. Yay! Oh god, where we start? Let's do
wherever you want to, homie.
It's been a minute. Oh god, because there's this on this episode, I'm also technically a guest, so we have some questions for me. Let's not get into that right now. Let's start with Spy. Spy.
Oh god, fuck.
From this is from Meg. So how do you handle doing so many monologues to yourself for these past few episodes?
Well, I mean, I have a lot of practice because I talk to myself all the time. I love talking to myself, but it's kind of boring because half the time you know what you're going to say next. Yes, only half. Honestly, though, it really helps as just, you know, treating them as separate characters because they are, like, they have very separate energies. So you know, I record all of Gil's lines at once and then all of Nemo's lines at once, so it's not necessarily like me hopping back and forth like, you know, Snoopy playing ping pong with himself.
That would be if there isn't audio. There are many like meme audio tracks out there of you talking to yourself as Nemo and Gil, but it would be funny to see more of those because I do like it when you talk to yourself.
Oh, believe me, it's so much fun.
Oh yeah, and that also 100% goes for Sleepy.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Sleeping with Jason Charlie is honestly, it is a lot of fun, like just torturing Bubbly when the two of us are in call, because we make up at least a third of the cast, just the two of us. So we can have full conversations in character, and Bubbly is just dying on the other end.
Oh man. Yeah, well, from radio, this is for Kara. What was your favorite part about audio editing, and what are some of the challenges that you've come to experience? This is general, or also just about this episode as well.
So I'm a very particular person. I'm a very like by the script person. I like having like a little thing that I like seeing the script and trying to make like little like perfections and like getting the audio to sound like as if it was like an actual conversation. Like I can just see them face to face, like the pauses and stuff. There there were some challenges for that one for this episode, I will say, for myself that I'm like, but I'm like, for the most part, it's it's very hard. It was it's hard more so just like for pacing wise, just like knowing if it would make the conversations too long, make the episode too long, because having too many pauses sometimes can hurt just the overall time, and I'm sometimes just afraid of that. But overall, I love like hearing all the characters just like banter and talk to each other. There are so many times that I'm just like, it's like, oh Gil, go pop off. Like
This is like...
I've literally gone just like there was a certain part for Luther and Gil that was just like, can we just make it a little bit more fruity? We're just gonna choose these audios and make it a little bit fruity. Oh, look at Ryder! Look at Ryder! He's so sad. Who made this boy so sad? I know who made this boy so sad.
Oh. Oh my god! It's really okay. The unfortunate reality with this season is that even though some people have been able to like actively like get in call and do like voice and actually record together in some instances, I've unfortunately not had a schedule line up with any of the characters that I share scenes with. So all the audio editors do such a great job of making the conversations work and like picking the takes that I don't know. You guys do great.
Yeah. I literally just choose based off like what emotions I feel. I'm like, okay, if I feel like this, if I'm starting to tear up, I know I'm doing well for like certain stuff.
Yeah.
Moving right along. For me, this is a new feeling. Okay, we're just bouncing here. Also for Meg, what's it like playing a dead man?
I mean,
Okay, there's a couple questions that are kind of like this. Yeah, like also like from B. I'm gonna get the ones that are out from me. From uh, God, this is weird. Okay.
Yeah, I imagine being undead is pretty weird.
I'm going to kind of just explain this because there's a couple questions that do ask something similar to this. So from Meg and also B to a general extent. Yeah, I played a dead man. I have known, for those who aren't in the loop, I mean, I guess who aren't in the show, I have known about Oliver being dead since the very beginning. I have known since I was cast. I mean, that makes sense, but it's something that I've had to keep secret.
Right. Yeah, you as the person who's playing the character should not be blindsided by, writing decisions about your character.
Yes.
right.
But yeah, it was something that I was able to do pretty well, I think, even though I did make a couple coy jokes from time to time, especially within the cast server before it was fully revealed. But
Oh, we all have.
But oh my, it's fun. It's fun keeping secrets. I dungeon master. It's my job as the DM to keep all of the secrets. So having this one extremely crucial secret that not only that my character is so it's I don't know, it's fun. It's fun watching people watching people lose their absolute minds over certain aspects, especially considering that episode 8 came out before the second casting call.
Yeah.
And even though now that the team has grown bigger, it was very funny to see people who are now on the team actively react to your boy getting murked. I don't know, but it's really fun, and it's a very fun experience on a hole over Queen Creeps' head constantly.
I mean, also was how fun was it also just to be like, you're alive now?
It's been fun. It's been one of the it's just been like this is a question from Queen, actually. Is like, how's it feel playing Oliver now that he's revived?
Whoops, I'm so sorry. I forgot.
No, you're fine. Hey, this is a weird episode that probably won't repeat itself unless Oliver somehow manages to die again. But yeah, from Queen, how's playing Oliver since he revived? Do you think there will be a change in your performance, or is he the same sweet old little bird? I don't know how deep I can get. I don't think I can get too deep in this. I mean, obviously my performance will change based on events that happen in the show. Oliver is a character that reacts to the world. But definitely in the immediate aftermath, there is that like, what the hell is going on? But suffice it to say that yes, a lot has changed, at least, I mean, of how I approach the character in like his experiences. But like, oh yeah, Oliver is still such a sweet little bird, but now like there's like so much there's so much now to be terrified and also very happy for it. It's a weird mix of emotions that I'm excited to explore further in the next episode and in season 2. If I am to survive the next episode, of course. Moving on.
Wouldn't it be so fucking funny,
Oh my
though?
god, it'd be hilarious. We're
Guys.
not that. We're evil, but I don't think we're that evil.
I also do want to point out that the bit about Austin leaving the public
Oh, yeah,
server
that
and
bit.
coming back as friend of the show, that had been planned basically since
yeah.
Austin found out about their
Oh
character getting killed
my
off.
god. As soon as it was public knowledge within the cast and crew server, I was like, okay, I'm leaving. At once the cat's out of the bag, or more accurately, the cat is enraged as hell. I will be leaving the server in the call where, because not everybody was there when it was live, but when it was live, I left in the exactly when Oliver died.
Yeah, it was fucking perfectly timed.
Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, Queen lost her shit at some point. It was funny. I don't know. Which is extremely ironic considering, I don't know. I forgot if things have been revealed or not. That. Okay, what have we gone through? We've done that one. Okay. Okay, from Apollo Spy. Pick from your children. Which one do you like more, Gil or Nemo?
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so you know that meme where it's like, I love both of my children equally. You're the favorite. That one? I
Mhm.
love Gil and Nemo equally. It's Gil. It's Gil by a long shot. I'm sorry.
That-
Why
That's
is it
honestly
Gil?
fair.
I partially
Is it
because his
something you
voice
like-
is a little more fun to do. Like, obviously, I love doing both of their voices. Gil's is a little easier on my voice box, and particularly my sinus. I
Fair
have
enough,
chronic
yeah.
sinus issues. And also, he doesn't need as much energy, so I can just sort of slip into him whenever I want to. Nemo's a little
Yeah.
more challenging to do, just because I need to, like, get myself a little hyped up, because he is always so high energy. Like, the rare
Yeah.
moments where he's not high energy stand out, and that's by design. So yeah, it is Gil. Also, I feel like Gil Gil is a little closer to me personally. Like, obviously, I am an incredibly cursed person. I say "stay moist" to my friends when I leave a voice chat.
Yes, you do.
But Nemo's a lot more like adventurous than I am, and he's definitely a lot more physical than I am. And he's not stupid, but he doesn't have the applied smarts that Gil does. And I'm an academic at heart. Both of them have the same amount of hubris, though. Let's be very clear on that. Both of them have the same amount of hubris, and in that regard, I got very typecast.
Let's say there's a lot of hubris in both science and piracy.
Mhm.
Moving on. So, Kara, this is from B. You stepped up to a lot to edit. You stepped up to a lot of the editing at RJ. What has been the most like rewarding part of the process?
I think it's mostly just like the assured like feedback that I did good, more so because there's a lot of times I struggle with like, I guess, imposter syndrome. I don't know the actual type of deal that I'm just like, oh, I could hear all my flaws. Oh, that's like I could hear like all my little mistakes and stuff, and then people to be like, no, that was really good. I like the performance. I like the bounce back between these two characters, and then I get like so touched, just like, oh, okay, that is good. It's it's so hard when in it because I have to because I love like being so tedious, but also I can get overstimulated by audio so easily. Yet I'm now an audio editor. But but the reward of like seeing the outcome to be like, oh, these characters are coming to life. I think for this episode in particular, there were some like sound effects that I was like, I feel like they're kind of off. They don't work, but I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Sleepy for video editing because they did some like little transitions that helped so much with the audio editing, that little punch, and it feels so nice to see like the whole outcome to be like, oh, these characters who are not see are not these actors are not face to face. They are not actually in the same room, and yet that they could have this chemistry like be shown has been so much fun. And just like have people be like, yeah, I love like how much they bounce off. It's like, yay, I had a part in that.
It takes a village, more accurately an academy. But next.
It takes a Chris Heim.
Yes.
It takes a crash time, yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so next question for Spy, also from B. The back of the season has a lot devoted to Gil's position of leadership. And this is the episode where he gets called on a lot of his mistakes. How do you get into that headspace specifically?
So this is something that I had a lot of thoughts about, and I think it really cuts to the core of Gil's character because, like I said before, lots of hubris. He is hubris incarnate, and this is an invariant between both of them. But Gil is a scientist. Like that is the center of his being. His storybook is the inventor. He's a scientist. And the most fundamental part of science is acknowledging when you're wrong. And a lot of esteemed academics get in their heads about, I'm the expert, I can never be wrong. But that's the core of science, is acknowledging when you're wrong, because when you're wrong, it means there's something you don't know, and that's an opportunity to learn. So I think, like, the way that I treated these lines is through that sort of lens where, Gil has been trying very, very hard to do his best and trying to pretend that, everything is fine when it's not. And, we see where that got him. He definitely hear the pushback. Like, there's definitely a lot of pushback from him at the start. Especially when Teen is calling him out, he's very, defensive about it, as anyone would be. But I think that, that rational, scientific part of him kicks in pretty quickly, and he's moving on immediately to, okay, how do we fix this then? We have a problem. What are the solutions? Because he's very analytical in that sense. And honestly, so am I. Again, typecast. that is my approach too. I like to think that I'm better than Gil about acknowledging when I was wrong. I try to embrace being proven wrong, regardless of what the subject is, because it means that I don't know everything, and somebody else knows something that I don't, and I want to learn from them. I want to fix my mistakes, correct my knowledge, know a little bit more about the world today than I did yesterday. You know how it is.
I don't have a quippy remark for that. That's very profound. Yes, our final question from Meg. Takara, what are some of the small details that you're proud of for this episode?
I think I think other than like me saying like, oh yeah, the character stuff, and like because I love you all, I could like say how much I love your characters. Gosh, I could go on about also like Charlie's like I every time I took a Charlie line, it was it was the most like no one will know like how soft it was until I like messed around to be like louder because I'm like, that's the emotion I want. I need you to be a bit louder so everyone can hear your sad voice, Charlie. Me choosing the stuff for Bridget to be like, oh, gaslight me. But the other stuff is that I also like the sound effects I choose at times. Like, I think I'm the one of the most random ones was I was just given, oh, put some noises in for like the for Chase like explaining to Luther, and I did not know what to do. I was like, what do I do? They're outside. It's a lot of forest and stuff. What do I do? Oh, let's just do some birds, the wind and like leaves. Oh, and just some random whale noise. Cause I was just like, oh yeah. You just hear like a high pitched noise, and it's just like that's whale noise. I just added that because I know there's a beach nearby.
That's so fucking funny.
Is there anything that we missed? Is there anything else that you two would like to shout out from this episode particularly?
I'll be honest, I still haven't seen it. I couldn't listen. I couldn't come to the actual like watch party because I was sick.
I work at a Ren fair now, so my Saturday is spent pushing shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I just haven't been able to watch it yet.
I will say all the art is amazing.
Yes.
Oh,
the
yeah.
art is spectacular.
I've seen all the pieces. I haven't seen it all put together yet.
We've seen the pieces. We haven't seen the cake.
But yeah, and then I already shouted out Sleepy for not for just like for video editing because it was really fun to see the transitions. Gosh, I just like I grabby hands. And also just in general, I every time for the boys, I'm like, they're so softer. Oh, they're so sad. Let me hold up.
Well, if there is there? I'm sorry. Is there something else?
No, I wish I could shout out all the voice actors. I don't know. I'm being too fucking sappy.
We're all too good.
Yeah.
Everyone's amazing. Everyone's amazing. Final season finale of Realm Jumper comes out on August 10th. The episode 13, Start Over. Tune in for more bullshit.
The most elegant way of putting that.
It's been a long time. But yeah, it's great to be back. Thank you two so much for joining me on this chaotic occasion. But yeah, till next time.
Congrats that you're back.
Yay, I'm alive.
Welcome back, friend.
Until then, try not to die.